Hi everybody, Linda Carroll here from my studio, and I'm glad you joined me for another day of some magical collages. Today I sat down to plan out what I was going to do and what I was going to say, and for some reason Persephone kept coming into my mind, and she shows up quite often. Persephone is the goddess of spring and is also an archetypal goddess that I resonate with and have my entire life. And so in today's collage, you'll see some pomegranates show up. You'll see a beautiful woman dressed in a pomegranate colored dress. And when I finished gathering together all of the images for this collage, what came to me was a woman's dilemma. So I'm sure you know that things happening around you, things happening within you, join together to make the magic of artwork. And things that are in your subconscious or unconscious may come to the surface as you're doing your artwork. That, to me, is part of the magic of collage. So I'll show you, when I change the camera to overhead, the collage kit that I put together. And I'm also going to add things from my stash to the collage. And I hope you enjoy this week's video. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll subscribe, and it helps other people find me when they're surfing through videos and looking for collage videos and tutorials and such things. And also, if you give the video a thumbs up, that means something in whatever algorithm world there is in or on YouTube. So, and those of you who are back, welcome. And let's change the camera around, and I'll stop talking quite so much, and we can start on this week's collage. Thanks for watching. I've put together a couple of collage sheets, and they'll be available on my Etsy shop as well as on my website, which is down here at the bottom, and I'll put a link down below, www.collagemagic.com. So I took a Van Gogh painting and I manipulated it in Photoshop to get kind of a granulated background. I chose this because I love the colors, and all the colors match so well to the other images that I chose. So this is the background that I'm going to use. You can use any background. You can use white background or a totally black background, whatever suits your fancy or whatever you have available. Use what you have. And this is page 1 of the images, and I told you my pomegranate was going to show up again. It's a constant theme that runs through a lot of my artwork. And I found this woman dressed in a pomegranate color gown, and I found these crazy shoes that I just love. We won't see much of them, but they're there. And then I'm going to use this cage, and I'm kind of influenced by an artist, and Catrin, I'll tell you what, I'll put a link to her work. She's a painter, but she paints digitally, and I'll put a link to her website or her work down below. But I admire what she does, and she does a lot of paintings that have cages in the folds of a woman's skirt. So I included a skirt, more pomegranates, a hand holding a scalpel, and hands holding dried roses. And these are the basic images that I'm going to use in this collage. I seem to be really attracted to red and wine colors right now, and I'm not quite sure why. I have my images from last week with the poppies, and this week I'm working with the red roses and the pomegranates. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, and I will be right back with you. Okay, I have all my pieces cut out, and as I was cutting them out, I laid them down on the collage, and I just left it for overnight. And I like to do that because there's this, what I call, magical thing that happens when I wake up in the morning and I'm lying there in bed in that liminal time between being asleep and being totally awake. I remember my work that I was doing the day before, and I just see what comes to me. And you know, I think some people call these downloads from the universe. Some people just call it thoughts, your mind thinking. I'm not sure what it is, but these images come to me and I feel as though they are messages that this is where my artwork would go next. And one thing that I saw was like a halo around the woman's head, and it was part of a pomegranate. So I had this one cut out and I looked at it and it's just not big enough. And I had this one cut out, and when I put that on her head, I went, oh, that looks like a crown up on the top of her head. But I didn't like the way that the pomegranate looked around her. So I went on the search, and the search led me to do an entire 3rd page for the collage kit. And I found this pomegranate, and I think that this one is going to work. What I also saw, and what I was going to do, was take this red skirt and I was going to print another one and cut it so that I would create another layer and overlap the top of this cage. But what I saw was strips of like a brocade or a velvet. And so I had to find something like that. And this is what I found. I found this pomegranate print, and it just showed up and in my search, and this I'm going to use for the forefront of the skirt. I also found a stamp. This is from Afghanistan that has the pomegranate on it. And I included the stamp from the Ukraine from last week's kit with the poppies on it. I found a human heart because there is some broken-heartedness in this story. And I had this hand with a scalpel, and I thought yesterday that I would get a ham and put here, but look at this heart. It looks like a ham. So I'm not sure which direction I'm going to put it in. I have to fussy cut all these images out, but I thought, you know, that looks absolutely perfect. So I worked with it in Photoshop some and came up with a perfect kind of ham color, and that's going to go down here on this plate underneath the cage. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this image, and I wanted to show you this is printed on matte photo paper, and this is printed on just regular copy paper. And the images are so clear that if all you have is copy paper, I think it would work fine if you wanted to print it out on copy paper. Okay, so I will see you in just a minute after I fussy cut these images. Okay, I have my collage laid out. Light's not quite right, but and I really like the way that the colors are all working together and everything. So there are a couple things that also came to mind, in that I thought that I wanted to add something inside this cage. So I'm going to take these pieces off. I pretty much know where I want things to go. And what I wanted to do was to have something inside this bird cage, and I thought that a book page would work out really well. And on an angle, let's see, I found some words that I thought would work here. I think this is symbol, psychic symbol. Okay, so I'm just going to draw around this. Ooh, there's heart. No. Okay, let's go ahead and cut out. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Now I'm going to glue on the back. I'm going to use glue stick, and I'm going to just put glue on the back of the cage. Oops, I found a piece I didn't get out of there. All right, and I can trim around. If I need to. Okay, now I need to, and I'm wondering if I need this piece right here, because her shoes I had them kind of peeking out from underneath the cage. Like that. I think that works. Okay, so that's that layer. Now I did go around most of my edges with distress ink, and I used tea dye, but I did not do these. And it just kind of takes care of any little pieces of white that might be showing, and that would be distracting in your collage. Now, another thing I saw when I woke up is I saw this bent back, but on the back side I saw a page. I saw a text page. So let me grab my old dictionary here. And okay, let's see what happens when we back this part of the skirt. with some text, and let's see what happens. Okay, so this one, I'll just trim, and maybe I'll leave a little bit on this edge. I'll show another layer then. Okay, if we put this here, and I just had this edge folded back. So you could see I think I like that, but I'm not really sure I like the text on the outside edge, but I really like it here, and I really like it here. So I'm going to trim this off. And I think I need to round this corner. Okay. Like that. So let's do the same thing with this one. We have our lady, and I did cut all the way up her arm. Now I'm not sure I'm going to leave this arm on here, and I'll show you why. Because I have two hands on this group of flowers here that maybe she could be peeking around, you know, and I think her head is going to be up too high. So I'm going to have to take this hat off of her because I want to have enough room for my pomegranate crown. But I'll keep that. Okay, here's my pomegranate crown. That I really like. And I have these hands that are holding the roses. But they have to be like this. I'm thinking that because her hand sticks out farther than the sleeve here, I thought I would use this pomegranate blossom to be the bottom of her sleeve. So let me see how much of that I would need. Quite a bit. But I think that'll work. So let me do my little tea dye around the edge. And then this hand could definitely work for this arm. So let's see what position I definitely want it in. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this hand. Don't look while I sever her hand. Okay. Here we go, and here we go. And here we go. On her crown. Okay, and I have this heart that I wanted to put down here on this kind of plate thing, and this is the absurd part, and I have this hand coming in from the outside edge of the picture and getting ready to slice this heart. I know it's a bit bizarre, but people think it's a ham if they're far away, right? Of course they will. Okay, and then I thought I needed some things coming out of her skirt and flying out of this nest. So I have the Queen of Hearts playing card. And I have this stamp from Afghanistan. It's upside down. Actually, it could just be falling out of her skirt. And I have this stamp, which the colors work really well. That also could be coming out of her cage. Here. And what else did I want to use in this? I have lots of pomegranates. Here's another pomegranate blossom need that here? No, I don't think so. But it could work here. I really like this with the spider crawling across the flowers. That'd be tucked down in here. Maybe. No, I have a larger pomegranate. Let me quickly cut this out and see if I might want to use that at the top, because as I look at that pomegranate, it looks too small up there. And I have so much going on at the bottom of the image. I think I need something to balance it at the top. Yes, that makes a big difference. There we go. Now I have a larger pomegranate. Let me quickly cut this out and see if I might want to use that at the top, because as I look at that pomegranate, it looks too small up there. And I have so much going on at the bottom of the image. I think I need something to balance it at the top. Okay, let's take a look at that. Yes, that makes a big difference. There we go. All right. I think I'm just about there. So if we start gluing from the back, my pomegranate will be first. Now, I cut these arms and I didn't have to. I've got a little bit of white, might show. And she would go right there. So right now, I'm just going to glue her head in place. And next thing that will be glued down is the skirt. That's why I like using the Yoo-Hoo glue, because it gives me some playing time. You know, it gives me some time to work with the glue. And then this one. Be the maybe there's some heartbreak here in this collage, and our lady is remembering. And I have the Queen of Hearts here. And when I do the tarot, a lot of times I come up as the Queen of Hearts when I throw my cards. It must be me because I have my initial in here. Of course, when you're doing artwork, don't you think it's all you? I have a feeling it is. And, you know, especially this type of work, when you're working from your dream, or you're working from your intuition, or you're working from a dream state. I think it's you, but other people can relate to it because, you know, they are having their dreams and their heartaches and their things that happen in their lives that are similar to yours. And I'm sure that if you're a woman and you look at this, you can relate to heartbreak, You can relate to a memory that you might have of a past love. And so, you know, people relate to things because of their story, the story that they carry. It's like when I was picking out these images, you know, for this collage, and there were certain images that, you know, just called to me and said, you know, I want to work in this collage. I want to be part of it. I want to help tell your story. Now I'm going to switch to a glue that is more powerful than the Yoo-Hoo glue stick, and I'm not sure if this one is Fiber Tack, or what's the other one called? I'll put the link down below. So, but that is going to hold that down in place. Okay, now I need to put my little pomegranate flower here as a cuff on her sleeve, and I don't think I want this bottom part on here, so I'm going to cut that off. Yeah, that works much better. Okay, now I have this heart, and I want this hand to look like it's coming from the side of the picture. So I have to arrange this heart just the right spot. Oh, I like that with the knife behind it. Look at that. That's great. Okay. Let me move this back just a little bit. And move this up just a little bit. Okay, so around this. So I was going to put the knife on top, but luckily, I was laying down these pieces and saw what it looked like with the knife behind it, and that totally made sense. Well, as much sense as cutting an open a heart with a scalpel and a collage makes sense. And I do need to make sure I see all of the most of the scalpel. So okay. And then we have the heart that looks like a ham here. And I know it's a little weird. And then I was going to use this to kind of cover the end of the hand. There. All right. Now what I'll do with this is I will put it underneath some heavy books overnight to hold everything down in place. If you have a book press, you can put it in there. Oh, I forgot my little, oh, well, maybe that doesn't go in here. Sitting down here on the ground. Maybe, or up here. Nope, I don't think you belong here. Sorry. Okay, turn this off. And there we go. Now, if I want to, I can go in with my color pencils and touch any place where there might be a little bit of white still showing that is bothering me. I can add a little bit more rosiness to her cheeks. And maybe more to her lips. Oops. I got carried away there a little bit. So we'll just make her lips a bit more pronounced. There we go. There we go. And I don't know, I guess I like her black fingernails. I guess they're okay. So this is like the final thing I do. I go in and touch up. I got a little heavy-handed with my T on that arm, on that finger. So I'll just add a little bit more shading on the fingers so that they all kind of work together. I think that we are just about finished. What do you think? A little bizarre, yes. A little bit, yes, a little bit strange, but I really like her. I really, really do. And as I said, the background was from a Van Gogh painting that I played with in Photoshop and changed the texture, and then we just continued layering on top. And you know what I haven't done in a while? I haven't put my little stamp on anything. And I really should. That's much better. I named this A Woman's Dilemma. And so you can create a story from that if you'd like, or just enjoy looking at it. It's really kind of bizarre, but it's one of those things that I really enjoyed making, and will enjoy looking at. I hope you enjoyed this. The kit will be up in my Etsy site and also on my website, or you can use, similar things you find in magazines. If you like the idea of working with this collage, please do join the website. it's, it's a membership, but it's free. And when you join, you have access to the resource library, which I add every week images for you to help build up your stash. And so you'll start creating a collage stash of your own. And my stash is huge, and I just keep adding to it. I'll never use everything that I have. I just know that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, A Woman's Dilemma, and I will see you again next week. I'm going to say many blessings to you, and bye for now. I'll see you again soon.